What up, channel? It's FoRePLayy, and this is the FoRePLayy story. I actually got requested to do this, and you know me, I like to do stuff that you guys ask. So, obviously, this is CTF on Express, and I'm playing League Play with Hysteria and Proofy yet again. And in this, I'm going to go 31-2. I start the first half 19-1. Pretty good gameplay, decent with an M8. As you know, I normally use an MSMC, but I switched this up just to have a different style gun on my channel. That's my first initial death, and then I don't die again for like 19, 20 straight kills. But anyway, so this is going to be called the FoRePLayy story. And what the FoRePLayy story is going to do, I'm going to do 3 parts. And I'm going to break it down through maybe seasons or something through MLG. A lot of people want to know how I started, where I came from, what I'm about. And I kind of want to do that for you guys. And if you guys already know most of this, definitely just skip over this video. I'm sure I got something else you can watch, or go watch another one of your favorite YouTubers. But, so, we'll go ahead and start with 2007. COD 4 came out November 2007, remember that. I never played a video game prior to Call of Duty except Halo 2, and I only played Halo 2 when I was playing college football. I played college football, and like, let's say we wouldn't have anything to do after we played because games are on Saturdays, so if we had a home game, I'd get home and I would just play Halo 2 like nonstop. And so basically, we'll start with that. 2007 in November. Well, actually, we'll go a little bit before that. I get hurt playing football. Most of you guys know that. I played defensive end in Minnesota. I'm not even going to talk about my school and stuff. We were a decent program. And I ended up shattering my ankle. I broke my ankle. And this is when everything kind of goes into full effect right here. So, in 2007, Call of Duty came out. And I was just coming off a broken ankle. And I didn't have really much to do. I couldn't work out. I gained tons of weight. Well, I was gaining weight at this time. So, right, like, I was gaining weight and stuff like that. And I just had nothing to do. I was sedentary, and I was sitting in, like, on the couch all day. And I probably could have done some stuff to be less, or to be more active. However, I definitely have no excuse for eating the way I did because I ate so bad. But obviously, this isn't a nutritional commentary. This is about my story. So, going into this, the game drops in 2007. I pick up Call of Duty and I start playing. And at the time, I was playing Halo with a guy I met named Fierce and Nemesis. Those are the original Team Envyus members, by the way. I tell them, I'm like, yo, Call of Duty just came out. Let's go pick that game up and be pros in it. And they're like, what do you mean, like be MLG players? I was like, yeah, I know for a fact MLG will pick this game up and whatever, let's do it. And I was so into the MLG scene because I had to be competitive. Like, dude, I'm so competitive that, like, kid you not, I can't lose at anything. I hate losing at checkers. And my grandma one time beat me. I flipped the board over. True story. And I just hate losing at not at checkers. Well, checkers too, but anything. I just cannot stand losing. And long story short, we picked this game up as a 3. I think our 4th was a kid named Skilly at the time. And we picked up this game, and we didn't compete in any tournaments. And I originally came up with a team named Envyus. At that time, it's Nemesis, Fierce, myself, and a kid named Skilly is the 4th. And we're playing regular game battles matches, and Team Envyus, I don't remember how I came up with the name Envyus, but I just liked the way it sounded, and I liked using the play on words like envy and then US, because it's like envy us, but using like 7 deadly sins. Envy was one of them, so I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, so I come up with this team name, and we start playing. And our first season on GB, we were not that good. I got some notes here. We went 128-43 the first season of GB. Definitely were not a solid squad. We weren't really that good. And this is in COD 4, by the way. And 128-43, I guess, is pretty good at the time. But we knew how to be like competitive, quote-unquote, players because we played Halo. So, like, Nemesis was dirty at Halo, so was Fierce. A lot of you guys probably played Halo 2, so you guys know that game. We spent countless hours playing FFAs and stuff. And I never really played competitive video games prior to that, unless it was, like, playing Madden. Like, I would play Madden tournaments because, you know, like, if you play football, you know you love Madden, you love interacting in that. But, so, going into that, into 2007, like, it turns 2008 right after the game drops. And in March of 2008, MLG announces what is called the PCL, or Pro Circuit Ladder. And basically, this is the ladder for a month, I believe, that goes on, and you play as many matches as you can to try to get a seed going into playoffs. And if you can win that, I believe you won $2,000 each person. Yeah, as a team. So you won like 8 Gs the first PCL, I think, and then it kept going down and down. My numbers could be off, but anyway, so we go into this thing, and I'm like, all right, dude, let's compete in the PCL. And we hear about all these other top teams like Fear. I guess Fear's been playing forever, and a bunch of these other teams, Unreal Talent, some team that went 105-0 that Hastro was on at the time, and we're like, all right, so these guys are actually pretty good. We need to do work and show up and stuff. And we end up going 28-12 in the first PCL ladder. And in that PCL ladder, we weren't really like the best team. We just kind of developed slowly. We started like 0-4, and then we brought it back and went 10-4, and then we were like 15-8, and then we finished out 28-12 going into the playoffs. And people didn't even predict us to be a top 8 finish. We ended up playing through the first PCL and getting top 3. We had some crazy matches. We ended up, getting top 3. So we won money. I don't remember who won the first. Oh, actually I do. Dominance. A team at the time called Dominance with a bunch of old school legends, Halifax, Punisher, Streets, and a kid named Academics. They won that. And when we played them, they actually were like, dang, like, you guys are a good team. Like, we're impressed or whatever. So at the time, we're like, all right, that's good that these guys are saying that. And then basically, the same thing happened going into PCL2. PCL2 started, and we ended up getting, I believe it was, we got 4th in PCL2. A little bit disappointing because we came from getting 3rd to 4th, but it was one of those things where, hey, we're still placing in the top 8, so we're placing pro, you know, like in 2008, our first game together, we're placing pro. And, oh, by the time, we already picked up Stainville, by the way. We picked up Stainville before PCL 1. Sorry, I didn't say that. So our roster was Stainville, myself, Proofy, and Nemesis. We were the only team to keep a whole roster for a whole season and go to Nationals, which were in Las Vegas together. But let's get back onto it. PCL 3 comes around, and we end up winning PCL 3. We win this PCL 3. We end up beating so many teams, actually, but we end up beating Fear in the finals and winning the PCL 3. And that was like a huge accomplishment for us at the time because we went from 3rd to 4th to 1st. We were the only team to stick together the whole event or the whole season of 2008. And then there was a Nationals in Las Vegas. So we all gear up. We go to Nationals in Las Vegas. The first night we're playing Fear at the actual national championship for video gaming. So a year later, I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, wow, I'm in Las Vegas right now playing video games for money for a chance to win $8,000, I believe it was. And it was crazy. We ended up we picked up a sponsor at the time. We were new to the whole sponsor scene. We went to a place called Bragg Game Rights, which is in Minnesota, and we ended up picking up a sponsor from a company there. And it was the craziest thing to actually be sponsored, get our travel paid for, our hotel paid for. I was like, wow, so this is how it all works. And then basically, we go to the event. We're dominating everybody the first day because it was split into 2 days, a Saturday and a Sunday. The first day, we are dominating everybody. We end up beating Fear. We're hyped. It was, at the time, the Fear roster was Moho, Choppy, not Punisher, Moho, Choppy, Assassin, and Pac-Man. And we end up beating them pretty good the first day. Second day, we come out on fire too, and this is the championship Sunday. So we're playing in the finals to see if we can win this thing. And we end up losing, and I came out, so we were up 3-0 on Backlot S&D. I came out, I got 7 kills in the first 3 rounds, or 8 kills or something. We're playing ridiculous. And then they brought back the Backlot S&D, and they beat us 4-3 at the time. And they ended up beating us that day. And we ended up getting 2nd. So, like, a lot of the time I'll sit down and I'll think, like, wow, we could have got 1st. But our total stats for that year were 3rd, 4th, 1st, 2nd. And it was kind of awesome. But either way, that's part 1, 2008. If you guys want me to do a 2009, definitely give this video a like. Or just tell me below. Your call. Either way, this is FoRePLayy from Team Envyus and the FoRePLayy gang. You guys are the best. This is the FoRePLayy story. Peace. What up, guys? I hope that you liked part 1 of the FoRePLayy story. It's something I wanted to do just because someone asked me to, and I figured it'd help you guys get to know who I am a little bit more and where I came from inside of gaming. Obviously, you know that I've won a lot of tournaments, but maybe you didn't know exactly where I came from or what I'm about. If you look in the top left, that's why our team's overlooking me. The top right, that's why our pros assholes. In case you guys missed those commentaries, check them out. Peace.